Computer.
Good.
Yeah, it's recording. It's written out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm recording.
Okay.
Okay,
Good to
good
go.
morning
Sorry
again.
about
Albert Clark from Scranton, Pennsylvania, showing you a program today that is going to help you get and stay what we call top of mind with your clients, prospects, and friends. We all know agents can do a much better job of staying in touch, but they don't have the systems, the content, the fire in the belly to do this. So what we're going to do is, we're all going to agree that real estate is a numbers game. I'm sure, Purnima taught everybody there that it's a numbers game. You've got to be organized, and the more people that you're in front of, the more relationships you can create, the better off your numbers are going to be. Because if you're not hanging around with people that can put money in your pocket, it's going to be hard to get money in your pocket. So what we do is we help agents get organized. First thing we do when agents want to work with us is build them a brand new database. And 9 out of 10, Purnima, 9 out of 10 agents in your operation there don't have a clean, reliable, current database, okay? 9 out of 10 around the country don't have what it takes to build a foundation for an email marketing stay in touch program. So we deliver engaging content every 2 weeks. We keep the agents relevant on what's going on in the homes of their clients, prospects, and friends. So we portray you as an advocate, if you will, watching out for what's going on in home ownership. And then finally, we're going to talk about putting focus on the segment of your database that is warming up now, that is researching, that is doing stuff in front of you besides behind your back on these portals, okay? And we'll get to talk about Zillow. So when I ask agents why can't they do the best possible job of staying in touch, they come back and they say, hey, Al, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I don't have a whole program. So this is what I've been perfecting for the last 19 years. It all starts with getting the agent a brand new database. Then we put it into a pipeline and we nurture that pipeline every 2 weeks with good content and widgets and things they've never seen before, nor will they see from another agent. Let's go to that last one, protecting. The database that we build for you, the database that we put in the system becomes exclusive to you. Nobody else in this country or your office can access or grab those email addresses that you have that are now locked up. And finally, we're going to give you intelligence on what's going on inside of your database. So these are just a few of the places where we can go and lock up these email addresses for you and build you a brand new database. Purnima, are you guys using Moxie Engage or are you using Sync now? I can't see it yet. Okay. It's either A or B. We know that. Okay, on this next slide, you'll see one of our templates. We have several templates for Realty One Group agents, but what we want to get across is the agent owns this. The agent and I will work with this with our graphic designers, and we'll build something custom for you. But every 2 weeks when the newsletters go out, you get a 4-day notice. And it's going to say, hey, in 4 days, your newsletter's going out. Do you want to have us put in a listing, a just sold, an open house, a virtual tour, whatever you want, we'll build for you. And then everything, what's really unique about this service is everything is trackable. So when somebody clicks on any articles, we're going to send you a text and an email if you want them turned on, and you'll be able to know, excuse me, you'll be able to know who just opened what and when and what they did with the content, okay? So as you can see, these templates are all different, but the content goes in every 2 weeks. We write everything. You don't have to write anything. This could be set it and forget it. But what we're very good at is writing content that is what we call predictive. And what I mean by that is, wouldn't you want to talk to 20 people that are trying to find down payment money right now? They're in your sphere of influence, okay? They're getting your newsletter every 2 weeks, and they happen to open up this article. Well, you can get a text or an email immediately to tell you who opened up that article. How about this one? Your biggest complaint right now probably is lack of inventory, right? Because houses are going fast once they come on the market. But what if I told you that 7 out of 10 homeowning families that you know now have no idea how much equity they have in their home? They know it's good, but they don't know how much. So what we're going to do is we're going to alert you when somebody reads this article, because chances are they're trying to find out how much equity they have in their home. So you get a conversation going, right? And then, you know, what NAR says is that 7 out of 10, these families aren't going to put their house on the market until somebody gives them that magic number. We don't want it to be Zillow, Realtor.com, this and that. We want it to be you. So we're going to drive that traffic back to various links on your website through your newsletter. Here's another one we just launched a couple weeks ago. Agents are looking for, public relations scores at every opportunity they can. So what we have here is the ability for the agent to send us 6 or 10 small businesses in their area, small mom and pop shops, if you will, and we're going to help them, get back on their feet after the COVID crisis. So here's the agent just saying, hey, here's a bunch of businesses that I go to. I think you should too. Give them a shot. So the agent doesn't have to design that page on the right. We do that for them for free. There's never an extra charge for any kind of content in this whole program. So again, we call that the Hometown Small Business Showcase. It's a great way to score points with your clients. Now, our defining feature so far, there's about 3 of them, and this is the number 1. Email exclusivity. We already talked about it, but it's very important. We're going to build you a professional grade database starting this afternoon, if you want to, and then you're going to approve it, and it's going to go into the system, and then it's going to be locked up. It's going to be exclusive just for your access, excuse me, not for another agent, a Keller Williams, or anybody else that's in town down there. Now, we're also going to put in, if you want, one of our most widely clicked articles. What's sold down the street? If there's one thing you could learn today, it's that everybody wants to know what the house down the street sold for. So they're going to Zillow, and Zillow's still showing it as for sale. They're all confused. Well, what we can do is, if you have RPR, Realtors Property Resource, it's free. We'll go in and get it, and we'll put these reports right on your newsletter. And you know what? As soon as somebody clicks that green sold sign to access these reports, the agent will get a text and an email. And you'd say, well, why do I care? Well, 40% of people that are banging on that kind of information, that just sold stuff, are actively researching, early stage, haven't called a realtor yet, haven't called a mortgage guy yet. They're just doing their own research. But you know what? They're doing it in front of you instead of behind your back, like if they go to Zillow. So we're trying to turn that whole process around where consumers are researching in front of you so you could see what they got, when they got it, what they read. We have an entire social media game plan built here. In about 8 to 10 seconds, you can have any of our articles zapped up on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Take it right to your newsletter. Customize it any way you want. You'll never run out of good, clean content, already formatted and current, okay? That's what we got a fire in our belly for good content, and we enable you with that content to do anything you want with it. Now, a second defining feature is that what we call transparency, okay? We track everything that happens with the newsletter, okay? So opens, clicks, shares, okay? Whatever they want to do with this stuff, we're going to track all this, and we're going to show you who opened your newsletter. This is one of our reports indicating that half of your readers, now get this, half of your readers will open up the newsletter multiple times. And what that means is they saved your email and your name in their subject line. As they went up and down their email 500 times a day like we do, they're going to see the agent's name and subject line, and they're going to open the newsletter multiple times. Then, of course, they want to know which articles that we put in for them resonated well with their readers. Look at that middle red arrow there. 28 people wanted to know what's sold down the street. Well, 40% of those 28 are doing some kind of research right now. They're in your database. You know who these people are, or you should, but at least you got their email address from somewhere. So what we're going to do is put together all this 1-2 combination of good content and tracking. And our goal here is to help you create conversation starters, okay? We're not going to mention the term hot leads. I don't promise hot leads. I don't sell hot leads. I develop conversation starters for agents. That's what we do, and we're very good at it. Now, I'm going to send everybody, once we get off the call here, a very thorough, in-depth, we call it Neighborhood 360 report. And what it does is it gives your readers of your newsletter the ability to pull up any address, 150 million street addresses. And you could put this widget on your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your blog, your website, everywhere, your email. This is the coolest widget you've seen in real estate, okay? And I'm going to send everybody a report. I'm going to pull up a random number and, random listing in your town, and I'll send everybody that report. So Purnima, I'll send that to you if you could send it to everybody else. So again, this is a very, very deep down to the neighborhood level. The agents now know everything that's going on in every neighborhood in the country, surrounding every address. Yes, sir. Is that a question, please? I'm sorry, Purnima, I thought somebody said something. Okay. There's also, you may have on your website a button or a widget that says, what's my home worth? If you want to use that, that's fine. Or we could use our neighborhood navigator from CoreLogic. It's the most expensive, the most accurate AVM in the country. And of course, as soon as somebody opens this report up, you get a text and an email. Now, something that we loaded up, just launched maybe last week, 2 weeks ago in earnest. It's called Lead Scoring 360. And what this is, it's artificial intelligence that is going to tell you who in your database is warming up for a transaction and will be buying in the next 3 to 6 months. And how do we do that is we take the email addresses that are in your home action system and we blast it up against 1,000 different predictive websites. And what the system tells you is Mrs. Jones has been using her email address here, here, here. She bought this, this, and this. She used it here, was seen with it there, was on social media talking about it there. So what we do is we get everywhere that an email address is being used, and we apply logic that says, if Mrs. Jones is taking prenatal vitamins, Mr. Wilson is buying, shopping on diapers.com for the first time last week. If somebody bought 2 SUVs in the same month, we have a database of people that bought 2 SUVs in the last month. Now, what does that tell you? Came into some money, right? Could be good or bad. Somebody may have died, left them some money, or they got a promotion, they're moving out of town. There's something going on in their life, right? And it usually ends up in buying and selling real estate. That's what we know. So we add up all these locations where email addresses are being used. We also have a database of people who are getting a dumpster in their yard, who have a dumpster now, and who has one ordered for next week. Okay, all this data is out there, and this artificial intelligence grabs it, and it shows you in 3 ranges where all your clients are. So the 18 to 40s, you don't have to worry about these people. You're still sending them their home actions every 2 weeks, but they're not probably warming up as you and I would want them to be. 41 to 80, yes, they're doing some late stage research. 81 to 97, these are the ones you want to focus on. These are the ones that are about 80 and above. You come into your home actions control panel, hit Lead Scoring 360 and watch what happens. Everybody in your database that's a 80 and above is in this pink box, okay? These are people that you need to stay in closer contact with. How do we know that? Is that we know what websites were previewed in the past that led to a home sale. So what we do is we move this stuff forward, and we're going to be able to tell you over the next couple of weeks who is actually engaging with this content, indicating that they're buying and selling a home. Next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to guarantee you 70% assurance that these people are buying and selling in the next 3 to 6 months. We're very confident of what this can do for you. In fact, if you start working with home actions, we're going to give you your first 100 contacts. We're going to score them every day for free to show you the power of this stuff. So at the end of the day, what we do is we nurture your relationships, and we're winding down now. So get your question and answers ready, if you would. Nurturing is an everlasting project. So no one could say, oh, I'm going to nurture my contacts for 6 months and see how it's going. Well, then you're going to disrupt the whole flow of what we call nurturing, right? Nurturing lasts forever. And as long as these people in your database, we're going to nurture that relationship for you because we know how to do it. So at the end of the day, we know what to send, how to send, when to send it. We know how to create conversation starters. And everything I just showed you is exclusive because the agent on the right of you in that room, or the agent that's at home in your office, or the Keller Williams agent in California can't get this. Why? Because you were smart enough to take the first mover advantage, have me build you a database, put it in, and make it exclusive. There isn't a system like this out there. Now, there's 2 ways to subscribe to our service, and I want you to know that we are a Realty One Group approved vendor. Our whole program is in the toolbox, and I'm going to give you better pricing than what you can get on the website. So there's 2 ways to subscribe to our program. There's a monthly plan, and then there's a quarterly plan. The monthly plan normally has a setup fee of $129. For you guys, it's $99. So you're saving $29, $30 there. And then it's $60 per month for as many months as you want, cancel at any time, no contract, cancel in the first 30 days, get your money back, get your database back. The last thing I need you to do is complain to purnima that, Albert from Scranton ripped you off. That doesn't happen. We wouldn't be on this call. So what we're all about is offering you a subscription option that comes down to $60 per month, not the $75 that everybody else pays. So you would pay $159 today, and then $60, $60, $60, as many as you want, okay? Or you can start at the quarterly plan, which is where? The quarterly plan, no setup fee, and you pay $160 every 3 months, okay? So that comes out to $640 for the year. On this quarterly plan, you're saving $179 over the monthly plan. Okay, so the monthly plan costs $159 today to get going, $60 per month. Everything's got to work for you, or you'll walk away with your money. Okay, walk away with your money on this plan. Cancel the first 30 days. See, in 30 days, we're going to have 2 newsletters on the street for you. If you don't feel the buzz that this is going to work for you, you're more than welcome to walk away, and we'll give you your database. Okay, but agents don't walk away from this because they can feel the buzz. You're going to get emails, you're going to get alerts, your phone is going to be zapping, every couple of minutes once your newsletter goes out. The average Realty One Group agent using our program has 480 contacts that we found for them. Where do we find it? Gmail, MLS, Bright, whatever you want to call it, iCloud, Top Producer, Zillow leads. Everywhere you've got email addresses, we're going to go collect them all, clean them all up, and we're going to start that today. Not tomorrow, not the next day. We can, but the smart agents using our program are saying, I got, a couple thousand contacts. I want to lock them up before anybody else gets them. You're welcome to do that. So here's my text number. We're going to have a Q&A now for a couple of minutes, and then you'll be able to text me and say, hey, Al, I got a couple more questions. Just call me back. If you'd write this down, please, I'd appreciate that. This pricing is good for October and only obviously for ROG agents. So let's have some questions, please. If we, I guess if they write in the Q&A, or is the Q&A turned on here, purnima?
No.
I don't see it. Can anybody unmute yourself then and ask a question, please?
Albert, can you tell us about the social media stuff that you said? Is that branded?
Every article that we write for you is easily shared on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn in about 10 seconds. Okay, we're integrated. You don't have to worry about pictures. You don't have to worry about text. You don't have to worry about code. If you see an article that you like, you hit the button called share, and it's on your Facebook in seconds. Your entire newsletter has its own unique URL or address. So you could put a link on your Facebook that says, click here for my October 15th newsletter. When they click it, it's going to open up the full newsletter. You then want to put another link. Hey, do you want this in your inbox every 2 weeks? So we have a Home Actions Join Me link, if you will, where they just give up their first name and email address. You get it. They start getting newsletters every 2 weeks. So the social media, your social media marketing can be handled in probably, I want to say 3 minutes a day. So you can go into our 1,400 article library, just click, boom, drag, and it's on social media in seconds. So because many agents want to do a better job at marketing on social media, but they lack 2 things, an easy way to do it and the content. We've got professional class content waiting for you to just grab and use any way you want. Does that work, purnima?
Yes, sure. And is there any kind of printable material?
No, you can print the newsletter out, but obviously the links aren't going to work and the videos aren't going to work.
Yeah.
But it will give the consumer an idea, and that's when you say, hey, can I send this to you every 2 weeks in your inbox?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll teach the agents how to say all that stuff and how to do that. That's no problem. Because our ultimate goal is to get more email addresses in the system, right? And if they sign up for your Home Actions, they're not going to get anybody else's Home Actions.
Mm-hmm.
So at open houses, you want to hand those out, okay? At open houses, you want to hand out this neighborhood report we're going to send everybody called the Neighborhood 360. You've got great content, but it's only useful if it gets into the right hands. Okay. So any tools, and I'm pretty privy to what's coming out for Realty One Group on their toolbox in the next couple of months. And because they want to make sure that our stuff all works with that. So suffice to say, if you're working with us and ROG comes out with some new tools, we're going to be able to help you adopt those tools.
Mhm.
Okay, next question, please.
Anybody? Oh, everybody's pretty good here.
Yeah, all right. So I will send you a order form, and I will send you one of these neighborhood reports, okay? And if anybody wants to start working with us, everybody, you've got my phone number there. Not right there, but hold on.
What's the last digit on your phone number? Wait a minute, hold on, let me get, oh, I got it. Never mind,
See it right there?
got it.
And we'll get you up and running this afternoon. And tonight when you get home, you'll say, wow, that's something I should have been doing 10 years ago. And most of you guys that are on this call have been in real estate 10 years. Well, maybe 5 years, but still, you got to start getting a database and protecting it because someone else is going to grab it. I guarantee you that. 19 years of experience doing this. Next question, please. I'm sorry.
I have one question.
Go ahead.
If, obviously, we all have competitors out there. You must
Right.
have competitors out there as well, right?
There's no one that I know of in the industry that has this combination of features.
Right, but what I'm leading up to my question. So
Go
my
ahead.
question is, let's say we have an email of a contact that we want you to put in our database, and it's already in somebody else's database that is a non-home actions newsletter. Because I've seen other newsletters.
Oh, okay. Yes. I think what you're saying is, are we preventing any kind of email going into your clients? No, just home actions email.
Right. Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, what we do is when we load your list into the system, we're going to come back and say, here's the 7 people you couldn't get in because they're already in somebody else's newsletter. Okay. And I'll be able to tell you, well, first off, I can honestly tell you that we don't have a lot of business in your town. Maybe with the whole Baltimore area, maybe 15, or wait, when am I going to Baltimore? You're part of New Jersey. Might be some Keller Williams agents that have this, might be some old Coldwell bankers. We went through all their offices about 4 years ago. So there might be 6 or 7 you can't get in. If they unsubscribe from the other agent's newsletter, you will automatically get them, right? Because you're second in command. You're
Got it.
backstopped. So all you got to do is say it's your mother and your mother is in somebody else's newsletter. You say, Mom, just hit unsubscribe on that newsletter. And then boom, the system will automatically put Mom's email address in your home actions.
Perfect.
Okay. So it's not 100%, but it's pretty close to there. I mean, there's parts of northern New Jersey. I don't even sell this anymore because we have entire towns locked up. Ridgewood or Ridgefield, Ridge something up in northern New Jersey. The population of the town is 32,000. We have 38,000 newsletters going out. So we virtually hit everybody in the town. So we don't sell it to agents up there anymore. Mid-state, lower state, no problem at all.
Okay.
Any more
By
questions?
the way,
Go ahead.
our recruiting newsletter went out yesterday, and we did get a lot of hits. I think 10 or 15 people clicked on, and I got emails for trigger something.
Yeah,
that
you
they
got alerts when somebody read an article such as, is it a good time for me to look for a new broker, right? You remember that article?
Yes.
Well, wouldn't you want to talk to 10 people that are looking for a new broker if you're an owner in Realty One Group? Yes, you would. So
Yes.
Purnima's got the what we call the recruiting version, okay? She's got to fill up the seats there, and we're helping her with that too.
So yeah, this was the first one. We just started this yesterday, and I was impressed of
Yeah,
how
and
many.
you're going to get more opens and clicks over the weekend and into next
Uh-huh.
week, and then it goes down and down, down, and then boom, here it comes again.
Mm,
Okay,
good.
so and that's all Realty One Group content. They're writing it for me out in California.
Great.
Next question, please. All right, well, Purnima, then I guess we can go. I'll
Yes.
send you an order form and I'll send you a report on one of your listings that you have, the Neighborhood 360. And then I'll start working with your agents this afternoon if they want to work with us. And
Okay.
we'll get this off to a good start. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thanks for your
thanks, Purnima, for the invite. Bye-bye.
thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.